WGWHITE coming with the heat.
I stay fooling with my bot, my tunes will make your speakers hot.
Welcome to the Grillcast, the only podcast in the world dedicated to radical centrism. My name is Micah, the host of your show tonight. I am joined by two guests. One is a returning friend of the show and a member of the band Tides of Technocracy, and also infamous communist, Andy. How are you doing tonight?
Great. Quick note, I actually found out that I identify as a left populist after many years of being politically homeless. So left populist, because anarchist and communist, they just don't sound good. So left
Well,
populist.
we are both very happy for you, or sorry that happened. Rusty, it's been a while since you've been on the program, but you're always a welcome addition. How are you? You got here a little bit late, but we're gonna forgive you for that.
You took me away from buying and selling used toilets online. Why would you do that?
No.
Well, I don't want to be the one to interrupt anyone's grind, but we do have business to get to, gentlemen. We have a incredible show for our grillas tonight. We have a lot of fun topics to cover, so I hope you are ready to be imbued with centrist knowledge and wisdom, the likes of which you've never experienced. So
Let it wash over me.
I want to get into a topic that's been making the rounds. Everybody's been very heated and upset about this. It's these dang old Epstein files. These silly little pieces of paper have people quite riled up. And I want to be crystal clear with our audience, and we'll get into this in further discussion. But here's some breaking news for you. There is no Epstein client list. Okay, there is no list.
They don't exist.
There is no list containing the names of high-profile political figures or low-profile podcasters. We haven't seen it. Trump has said it's not real. The man that supposedly made this list doesn't even exist. There is no man named Jeffrey Epstein who can be held accountable for these supposed crimes. So I feel like there's been a little bit too much sensationalizing over it. And furthermore, I don't really think we need crazy, kooky conspiracies with lists and agents and backroom meetings to know that powerful rich men rape kids. I think everyone with a net worth over $1 billion, you should just assume that they rape kids or have raped kids or want to rape kids.
Yeah, exactly. Or want to. We should really focus on the facts, which are, Biden and Obama committing treason. We should really stick to those facts.
And we'll get into that later. But Andy, I know you feel you're one of these people who's been inundated with these Alex Jones conspiracies online regarding the Epstein client list. So I wanted to get kind of, why are you falling for propaganda?
And the funny thing is that is literally true. I did used to watch InfoWars almost every single day, but that was now a decade ago now. But
What a king.
anyways, so the interesting thing about being a conspiracy theorist, quote unquote, is that this is not actually news to us. We've known about Epstein. We've known about Trump and how just the powers that be in general have this pedophiliac habit. So it is in a way it's bittersweet.
Yeah, we've known about their sexual preferences.
Yes, yeah, we have people who have been studying this stuff for decades, like I have. So it's bittersweet in a way whenever stuff comes out. Like, for instance, people finding out about Harvey Weinstein or Jimmy Savile, Epstein. It's anytime something like that breaks. Conspiracy theorists like myself, I legitimately am a conspiracy theorist, for lack of a better term. We think, okay, that's so awesome that people are finally talking about this thing that we've been talking about for years, if not decades, right? So with Epstein, it's almost like it's at the point where it's like, dude, I've known about Epstein since I was a fucking 14 years old.
Since he groomed you and brought you to his island as a young lad.
For lack of a better term. But yeah, so
well, you know what I think what is really getting the conservatives on the conservative side of this issue, the thing that really grinds their gears, with this Epstein list is that they let it get out of the bedroom.
Mm. They what?
Jesus Christ.
They want to get out of the
Well, like
bedroom?
if Epstein, if they had kept it in the bedroom, like, because now it's all out on the public square, and
Yeah,
it's
because
this
don't ask,
huge
don't
thing, and
tell.
it's exactly don't ask, don't tell
Oh
is the
God.
principle that conservatives would have wanted to uphold, and they see this out here, and they're like, gross, gross. Why are you doing all that stuff? I hate that.
Well, it's also that now one of the, because we all know, like for people like us who aren't wing cucks, we all know that the elite, whether the neoliberal elite or the neocon elite, they're all fucking pedophilic assholes, right? We all get
Mm.
that, right? But something that the Republican base strongly felt for a while now, decades, is that the liberal Hollywood elites have their satanic pedophilic orgies, right? But they believe that, oh, we're
Allegedly.
we're
Allegedly.
right, but they believe that
Allegedly.
we're homesy, down home conservatives. We're not part of the pedophilic elite. So now all so much information coming out about Trump and Epstein being not only like clientele with each other, but best friends. It's oh my god, so the Republicans have their own elite as well, their problems with right-wing elite pedophiles, which is not
Well, that's
news to
this is
anyone,
a
but
this is an interesting topic for a different discussion, which is I would very much like to see them open up on like predicted or stake like betting odds on how many people from either side end up showing up on the list.
I mean, I really wish that we would one day have the full Epstein client list. I know some information was released before. Apparently, Noam Chomsky was on it. I don't know if I'm remembering that right. There's like people that you wouldn't expect,
Stephen Hawking.
and
Yeah, Stephen
Stephen
Hawking.
Hawking was that it? Yeah. So I think there was a. I don't remember. I don't know if you guys could pull it up or what, but I remember there was some kind of list released, but I guess it wasn't official. And now the FBI did scrub out any, they tried to scrub out any mention of Trump. So they're in a predicament because
Which FBI
there's about all I know according to my sources is there's about 1,000 FBI
source?
agents that literally went on 24-hour shifts, um omitting any mention of Trump or even throwing away like because the Epstein files are there. I mean, we're talking literally thousands of documents.
Hmm.
So getting rid of any mention of Trump took a very long time. And now still the job isn't really done because you can't just put out what you have that just
I think.
coincidentally doesn't mention Trump when we know that Trump and Epstein were best friends, right? So
Yeah.
that's
They were
why they're
bullies.
shutting down the whole entire fucking house, right? Until September. They're
Hey,
shutting down the fucking
hey,
house.
you let Rusty talk.
So
Oh, sorry.
you're good. You're good. So I think first, you folks are doing a disservice to the community. You shouldn't be calling them pedophiles. You should be calling them minor attracted persons.
Facts.
Yes.
Sorry.
No, you're good. It happens. You just respect the people and their preferred terms. And second, no, I agree with you entirely. Like, it's pretty clear looking at history that Trump and Epstein were fairly close. You don't just send someone a letter, all buddy buddy for their birthday, their 50th birthday, where you've drawn something that's kind of illicit. Just
I just think I so here's what I'm going to posit to you, gentlemen, and it's sort of the point that I was making earlier is that I think we're getting too bogged down with the idea of this list, and that it's gonna give us all the answers, and it's gonna tell us the things. When and Andy, you did kind of say it. We know this. We all know this. This is a biblical principle essentially. If
Mhm.
you get too much of that sweet sweet cash, you become corrupted and you're evil.
Mhm.
And we
real.
had scientists. We had scientists diligently working on finding the exact threshold of money for when this change happens. But research had to be stopped because they were making too much money and started raping kids.
Yeah,
And
and
that's
I
neither here
yeah.
nor
Mhm.
there.
Neither here nor
Mhm.
But
Hmm.
it's just like if we make this about like, well, who is this gonna who how many people on this side of of politics is this going to take down? We lose sight of the truth. We lose
Yeah.
sight
Hmm.
of the basic principles that radical centrists hold dear, which is that all of these people
Are the
need to be
next Matt
hung.
Gaetz.
They need to be hung up
No.
and shot
Yeah. And I think
and
there's a
domestically terrorized.
Mhm. And I think there's a few different explanations for elite pedophilia. Obviously the obvious one would be just I don't know, psychopathy in general. People who are able to amass a lot of wealth and power, they have to be somewhat narcissistic and somewhat psychotic to get to that level because how many people you have to step on in order to climb the ladder of capitalism, right? So
Hmm.
a lot of these people are somewhat predestined to do fucked up stuff such as pedophilia. Now, another motivation that I think is interrelated with that one is imagine having so much money that you can go play blackjack for 24 hours a day. You can go fuck high end escorts. You can go jet skiing, skydiving. You can do cocaine 24/7. So you're literally at the point where nothing really excites you anymore. So I think some of these elite people they turn to the forbidden fruit, for which for them pedophilia is like possibly the one pleasure that they haven't partaken in, right? So and now I think for lastly the third motivation that I theorize about is well, and this I guess this is common knowledge, but the whole blackmail of it all is like there is
What
sort
do
of a
black
right
males have to do with this?
there's a rite of passage in elite circles where
I don't
you
understand.
partake in pedophilic rituals, right? And you think this is a way of showing that I am like so down to be a part of this secret society that I'll do whatever they say. If I need to fuck a kid to prove it, sure. In
Yeah,
reality,
it's like a
they're filming
fraternity.
it,
It's like
right?
a fraternity hazing ritual.
It's
Kind
it's
of.
Like,
like it's
aha,
like
look at you fucking that kid.
So they do things like
kind
that.
of. I mean, Skull
Yeah.
and Bones really did stuff like that, but what the participants didn't always know is that they're being filmed. So it's not so
How
much.
could they not know?
You've never heard of a hidden camera, but so anyways,
No,
they're instructed to rape a kid as
it's
a rite of
hidden.
passage. They're being filmed. Now this can be used as blackmail against them. So their rite of passage is actually their becomes their fucking destiny. It becomes what binds them to this
Hmm.
elite circle. You can't leave the circle because at any time you could be blackmailed, as you could be exposed as a child fucker, and that's the absolute worst thing that you can be exposed
Right, but
of.
Andy, how does this affect you personally?
I'm supposed to talk about how this affects it doesn't affect me personally.
So I will say it's interesting that
Yeah.
you brought up the dopamine rush thing. So I'm gonna make a real old callback. There's a documentary called Beyond the Mat: Professional Wrestling. An old wrestler, Jake the Snake, actually talks about how he struggled with addiction so badly that like he went from doing just drugs occasionally to where like he would do drugs and then like have to fuck like consecutive women or two women at the same time, like having them do
Hmm.
like just increasingly debauched
Hmm.
things because it just like life was not lifing for him anymore.
Exactly. So
I
when we
actually I actually have to I have a comment I wanted to make because I had this thought when Rusty was talking about maps earlier. And I do kind of actually think that it is a a fetish of reinforcement and ease of access. Like I think sexualities, and this is just my take. I think that all sexualities are fetishes, and that they're products of positive reinforcement or some type of outside influence.
okay, explain pedophilia then under that model.
Explain it.
Yeah,
What do you mean?
pedophilia as a positive reinforcement.
What do you mean?
How is it being positively reinforced in society such that people are coming into doing it?
Well, not in society. I mean, in a person's like personal experience, like they start with little shit, and it gets more and more extreme as time goes on.
Okay.
So is this still relating to just basic
But then
dopamine?
but billionaires are able to actually acquire these things.
Right, exactly. Yeah, and that's basic. That's essentially my point. Is that when we're talking about billionaires, it's like, yeah, these things that porn addicts might fantasize about, they become real with billionaires,
Hmm.
and we're talking about elite blackmail circles and hedonism
Whoa!
that the average person can't even fathom. So I mean, the average conspiracy theorist, we
I saw a
actually
video about a
understand.
I saw a video about a blackmail circle.
I think we may have seen the same one.
Sorry, Andy, were you making a point about something?
No, I mean, not really. I'm basically just saying that this isn't really the whole Trump Epstein connection. Honest,
That's what I mean. It's a
it's
nothing
not
burger.
really new. It's not
Yeah.
news to anyone who's not a fucking MAGA idiot.
Yeah, so, exactly. So I will say it is interesting that his base is trying to hold the administration somewhat accountable, which is
Mhm.
weirdly rare,
Mhm.
um, given it's not being memory hold. Like they've kept on to
Mhm.
this value of
That's right.
protect children, and
Yeah,
like
keep it in the bedroom.
yeah, there you go.
I do think it's I do think it is more the MAGA crowd that gives a shit about any of this.
Yeah,
I think the left is in a grifting position right now, because they don't have really shit to run on because everything in their platform is poo poo butt, and their leaders are the most uncharismatic, uninspiring. I mean, somehow worse than the right
it's a
at
pretty
this
bad
moment in
time for
time.
leftists. Yeah,
So when I see them like calling for the release of the Epstein, lists and all that crap, to me that's like the biggest political bluff of all time. Because I don't think any of them actually want that shit out in the open either.
Well, are you are you talking about left wing people in the administration or just in general?
Or just you can call it what you want, liberal, Democrat,
Oh,
whoever's
okay.
in the
Uh,
Democratic
I see.
side,
the
Yeah.
blue
So
team.
well, I
the
mean,
blue team.
that
Yes.
that makes sense to me, but I think that this newer breed of Democrats, they don't really necessarily, they have an allegiance to the DNC that is sort of forced into them, they through necessity, but I don't think they really have an allegiance to like the Clintons and the Cheneys, like the old guard administrative state, like we saw with establishment figures in the 90s. I think this newer breed of Democrats, they might actually want the list to be released because they really don't
Oh
give a
yeah,
fuck if
definitely.
Pelosi
Oh
or
yeah,
Clinton
yeah.
is
Of
on it.
course they don't care at all. No, no, yeah.
But I agree with you that the older Democrats probably do care because they're either on the list or they have an allegiance to people who are.
Yeah.
Well, you heard it here first, folks. Literally none of this shit matters. I want to move on to another important topic that it touched my heart honestly, and not in a good way. The deportations that have been going on, right? They're sold to you as something that will enhance your quality of life, right? They're going to make things cheaper. They're going to make wages higher. They're going to make communities safer. Well, I want to take a look at an example of one of these deportation crackdowns, one of these kidnappings that have been taking place all across the country. Rusty, are you in the Discord recording? Because I'm sharing my
Oh,
screen.
let me get in there. One sec. All right, I'm in.
So here we have a case that caught my attention. It's hard to even fathom that this is something that can happen in our country. A South African man, Simon Goose, was arrested in the U.S. on drinking and driving charges All right, so if we take a look at this gentleman who has been kidnapped by the U.S. government, are you really going to sit here and tell me, okay, can you explain to me what the benefits were from deporting this man over a DUI? This man could be your dad, and it probably is your dad. Are you willing to tell me that we are better off now that this man has been removed from this country? Andy, do you have any comments about this man's unfortunate predicament? Do you have any empathy for this individual?
Well,
Do you think that he's
you know,
being put in an unfair position?
possibly. I mean, I think the important thing to keep in mind is that of the estimated 100,000 people who are deported between January 1st
Yeah, I'm not asking
and
you about
June
that. I'm
24th.
asking you about this person,
Oh,
this
I can't
beverage
see.
driver.
I can't
This
see. It's not
beverage
loading
It's
for
driver.
in
me.
recording chat. It's in recording
It's in the
chat.
recording chat. You
I'm
look at this man, you look at this beverage driver, this king, this net contributor to society. A man that doesn't look like a threat in any way whatsoever. Like I'm not scared by him. I wouldn't cross the street if I was walking on the same side of the sidewalk
mm,
towards him at night when it's dark.
mhm.
Are you looking at him?
I'm in the recording chat and I'm seeing the tab South African man, Simon Gus whatever, but it's
It
just
no
a
no no
gray
in voice
screen.
channels. There's a chat, like right above it. It says recording chat.
Oh, let me see if that.
Just look at this guy. Just look at
Oh,
this guy.
that's the
Look at this
guy.
Do you
guy.
see this guy?
Yeah. What about him?
That is the face of a red-blooded American. Someone who goes out on a daily basis and enjoys all the freedoms imbued to him by God above. Okay? And because he
Mm,
was exercising his rights as a beverage driver, and because he was an immigrant while doing it, he's being unfairly persecuted and forced out of his new home. Do you think, I mean, can you fathom why anybody would condone this?
It's a
so
travesty.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I think it's important to understand that of the estimated 100,000 people who were deported between January 1st and June 24th by Immigration and Custom Enforcement, 70,583 were convicted criminals. That means that there was about, I don't know what the fuck, 29,000 who were not convicted of
Yeah, but
any
this
crime.
and this
So,
guy's and this man is one
there.
of those people.
So he was convicted of a DUI.
That's not a crime.
He did nothing wrong.
Are you asserting here today that going on a drive and having a drink is criminal?
What
Like
what
that's
does the
something you should
article
be
say?
that's
What
something
was
you should be
the
locked up for?
what were the ramifications of this DUI? Like, was
He's
he on
going.
the highway? Was he in a parking lot? Was he involved
Why
in
does
any
any of that
crime?
matter? Why does that any of that matter to you?
Well, because
You're
it
starting to
can.
piss me
We're
off.
supposed to be deporting the worst of the worst. Was he committing a really bad fucking offense, or
He
was
was
it like
literally
he
doing
had
nothing wrong. He
he
was
didn't do
drinking and
anything wrong?
driving.
He's drinking alcohol.
Yes.
Well, I mean, he probably should be in
Do
a.
you think this man should be deported?
No, no, I don't. But I think he should be in a
Okay.
program. He should be.
Okay.
I don't know, parole or probation or AA, but definitely some type of program. I wouldn't say that we should just deport anyone who commits any crime, but we should have the usual judicial and monitoring system in place.
No, we shouldn't be. Yeah, we shouldn't be deporting anybody that does cool crimes.
Absolutely.
What's an
Yeah.
example of a cool crime, like counting card or
Street
well, I guess
gambling,
street gambling? Okay, yeah, I can
drunk
respect that.
driving,
So I don't.
insurance
So
fraud.
hold on.
I mean,
Beverage driving is not a crime, Micah. That's an aggression.
Well, yeah, no, I know. I'm saying these things aren't crimes, but they are things that people are unfairly persecuted for under the auspices of, you know, criminal activity.
Well, I mean that was a decent bit. Okay, what else?
Nah.
Is there?
I'm not satisfied. I'm not
No,
satisfied
I
that
mean
you have empathy
I
for
don't
this
I just don't
person.
know why you feel the need to do bits still. Like we can just
I'm not doing a bit.
okay. We
What do you
can
what is bitish? What is
we can
bitish about
try
this?
we can just try to be I can try if you guys want me to try to be funny, I can try to do I'll probably
Andy,
fail,
you're
but
never going to be funny. But
we
I
don't
want
need
you
to
to
do a
explain to
bit.
me. I want you to explain to me your lack of empathy for this individual.
I said that I think that he might need to be
Does he
monitored
not
in
look
a
like your dad at
I
all?
I never said he should be deported. I said that maybe he should be in probation, on parole.
Monitored for
That
what?
is an empathetic response
Monitored, paroled for what?
for driving while under the influence. But
Under the influence of what? It's not like he was smoking weed.
sir, I was wondering what the next if we can move on to the next bit.
What am I, your fucking teacher?
I mean, it feels like it. How heavily I'm being coached to provide a reaction. I mean,
I'm not coaching you, Andy. I'm trying to get
you're
your I'm trying to ask you a question and get a response. You're
I get the
busting my
joke. The
balls.
joke is a white guy with a DUI is being deported, and
That's
that's
not
supposed to
fucking
somehow
funny.
be a joke. I don't
That's
really
not fucking
get.
funny.
I don't. I that's what I'm trying
Rusty,
to tell
do you think
you,
this is funny?
Mike. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Rusty, am I losing my mind? Is this guy laughing at this man's predicament?
I think we both understand that beverage drivers should not be persecuted like this, Micah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. That's all. That's a straightforward answer. Some reason Andy just is incapable of giving straightforward answers,
I was
and
overcoached.
the
I was
audience will
overcoached.
learn more about that when we release a currently unreleased episode where Andy exposes election fraud
Thank
in
you.
the 2024
Yeah,
election.
yeah. Can we just briefly talk about how a few months ago you guys invited
It
me
wasn't a few
on
months ago.
to expose?
It wasn't a few months ago.
Okay,
It was like
9
a month
months
ago.
ago.
It was like a month ago. It was like a month and a half ago. It was like 2 months ago.
I said I said a few months ago, and you're saying
It was
no,
like
it was.
it was like 2 to 3 months ago.
Dude,
Is that not a few?
2 to 3 is literally the definition of a few.
That's like a couple.
Wait,
Oh my
wait,
god.
wait. Hold on.
That's like a handful.
So are you telling
That's
me
like a handful of
that you're
months.
recording things and not releasing them?
Yes, yes. Thank you. Thank
That's
you. For
not
asking
true.
that
That's
fucking question.
Oh, wow.
that's
You want to know
slander.
the fucking truth? I've been on the Grillcast 6 times. You know how many times they published it? 3 times.
That sounds like a skill issue.
Half the time
quite
that I go on
honestly.
the Grillcast, they don't publish it because I school them.
This is
I
a free
fucking
this is a
own
free
them in a
speech
debate.
platform. You have never owned
I've seen
anyone
the
on the
private
show.
DMs. I've seen Orion messages Micah and he says, "Don't upload that video of Andy because he made us look foolish because we were trying to do some dumb bit and he just steamrolled us with facts and logic." And it's going to take too much editing to make it look
Facts
good.
don't care
This
about
has happened
feelings.
3 times. I'm not even kidding. They might watch. Micah's not going to upload this video. This would be the 4th time this has happened to
They've
me.
invited me on like 8 times, so I feel you.
And
What are you talking about?
They upload every one,
Yeah.
right? For you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
One episode a week.
I'm their most talked about guest. It's perfect.
Okay.
I
well,
pulled
that's
out.
good.
Well, everybody loves Rusty
Yeah.
because Rusty comes on and he plays the game. He answers the questions straightforward. He doesn't gish gallop and spout out a bunch of. He doesn't go on
that's a good
diatribes
point.
and do
That's a
leftist
good point.
I'm
memes.
honest and authentic about everything.
He is very honest and
Mhm.
authentic about most things, and I
Mhm.
personally resent the fact that you would accuse us of censoring speech that we don't want to air, and therefore don't.
It's happened 4 times just to me because even the episode you and I were discussing the sex one that I did with Drunkman, there is a half-hour foreign policy discussion that was really entertaining and really informative. You guys censored that. So that's 3.5 episodes that have been censored.
So you're telling me
I don't care. I'm just saying that's just what's been going on.
Well, I'm not
So
just gonna play. I'm not gonna play 15 minutes of someone bashing Israel at the beginning
Well-
of my YouTube video.
Can
I don't know.
So-
I think it was in the middle. It was in the dead
It
middle.
was not in
dead
the. No, it
center.
was not.
so if
It wasn't right off the jump, was it?
if we can't get the Epstein files, can we at least get the Andy files?
Thank you.
Yeah, we can get the Andy
Thank
files.
you. So
I
that would
promise.
be-
I solemnly swear on my grill that I will get the I will get the Andy files and the Epstein files. They are connected. I
They
will
are
get them
connected
out to
now.
the public.
Thank you. They're not
So
connected, but thank
I
you.
do want to.
They're totally connected.
I do want to
They're not connected, but thank you.
slightly. I do. We can move on. We can move on. Clearly, you don't want to
The
condemn
balls are touching.
the deportation. You don't want to condemn the
I will not
deportations. I
condemn
understand that.
Hamas.
You don't want to. You don't want to condemn the deportations that are going on against. You know,
I can condemn them. I would
Beverage
say
drivers.
less than
Who are
1%
immigrants.
of the people being deported have committed a murder. I mean that is kind of like a no shit statistic.
yeah. Well,
Although the deportations were sold to us,
how would we know
as
that, Andy?
rounding
How
up
would we
the
know?
worst
Because we
of the
can't ask
worst.
them. They don't speak English. We can't ask them how many people they've
What if
murdered.
they do though?
But so
But you know the majority don't speak English. So again, to you I say, how do you ask someone how many murders they've committed if they can't respond?
I mean, most
Google Translate,
most
dude. Come on.
Americans can count to 10 in Espanol, and most Spanish.
Yeah, maybe like a simple
speakers
majority.
can count to 10 in English.
Maybe.
So as long as they haven't committed more than 10 murders, I mean, should be fine.
More than 10 murders. Yeah, that's
Okay.
fair. Yeah.
Well, this is here's a topic I think you'll be interested in, Andy. It's regarding the pivot that the administration has been taking as of late. You've probably all seen it in the news. We're going to give you a little breakdown. We're going to give our opinions. We're going to opine upon it. But in what could be described as a surprise reverse Uno card move that literally no one saw coming, the Trump administration is currently attempting to indict Barack Soweto Hussein Alamani Obama,
Oh my
who is an
God.
African American, for election fraud.
Why do they say it like that? He's an African American.
Now, this is,
How
this
did
is
they make that sound so racist?
what?
They somehow
What?
found a way to make saying African American sound racist.
Saying
as
African
fuck.
American was always
Well,
racist.
hold on. Hold on.
Saying
Elon Musk is African American. Come on. Don't be like that.
that sounds racist too
Boo.
for some reason. I don't know why, but it sounds. I don't know. It just sounds weird.
Okay,
as
but it's
fuck.
true. Okay, they're trying to
No,
indict
it's
Brock.
true,
They're
it's
trying
true.
to indict Barack Soweto Hussein Alamani Obama for election fraud.
What?
And this is
What?
clearly to pivot away from the ire of the public on this Epstein issue, and it's
Yes.
quite disgusting what they're doing to Obama, because
Mm-hmm.
this is essentially the same thing as Emmett Till, the only difference being Obama is completely innocent.
Oh
Um,
my God!
Oh.
This was the next bit? This is dark.
Yeah.
I'm not comfortable with this bit.
We
I'm gonna
we made
let
a
um,
You're not
I know. I'm gonna let who's the other? I'm gonna let Rusty handle this one. This is fucked up.
I don't understand.
Rusty, you gotta debate.
Sure,
him on
so I
this
think
bit.
from a-
I'm
This isn't
not.
a debate. You don't debate over bits, and I'm not doing a bit. I'm not doing a debate.
This isn't a
I'm not
bit. He's
doing
serious.
a
He's always
debate.
serious.
a debate.
But no,
A
okay,
debate
you want
bit.
you want to get into it? Okay, you want to get into it? I'm saying Obama's innocent. Okay.
Of
I said
what?
I said completely innocent, which Emmett Till
He's a
technically
war
is not.
criminal. He's not innocent.
Emmett Till is not technically completely
So,
innocent.
What did,
But
okay.
Obama is completely
think it-
innocent
Didn't
of committing election fraud.
Emmett Till, wasn't he just accused of like whistling or something?
No,
Which even that was disputed?
No.
Let me look. I don't remember. I'm gonna look it up, but I
No,
don't
that's okay. We don't need
remember
to look it up.
Emmett
So
Till
what-
being
what are the
convicted of
primary-
anything.
No, I don't think you need to look
I mean,
that up.
and an 11-year-old, a 14-year-old boy. I don't. He was lynched.
I don't know why are you getting so hung up
He was
on-
accused of offending a white woman, and then he
What?
was lynched. That he sounds like in this. This is like literally To Kill a Mockingbird level.
It is.
Fucking offensive.
Well,
Like,
I'm
what
all
the
I'm
fuck?
saying. Look, okay, you don't have to take
What-
it so far. You don't have to be so extreme. I'm
Okay.
saying Emmett Till might have said those things to that white woman, but Obama did not commit election fraud. That's what
Okay.
I'm saying.
So what's the
That is
right
what I'm saying.
level of humor for this bit?
It's not humorous. It's just a literal comparison.
You're okay. So you're unhumorously comparing Emmett Till to Barack Hussein Obama, and that's not supposed to be shock humor. That's supposed to just be a normal day in neoliberal podcast hell.
Why did you add the Hussein?
Jen?
I'm quoting you, motherfucker. I'm quoting you.
From what?
You said that shit, dog.
I don't remember that. We can roll the tapes
You
back.
you added you added like
I'll roll.
Aleppo or some shit in
Look,
there
look,
too.
look.
It was
I'll
fucking...
roll the tape back right here, so that then
Look,
the audience can
all I'm saying is, if
hear
you're going to
whether
call Obama a war criminal, then you have to call every other president a war criminal, and I don't think we can do that. That's just not.
I would gladly
Okay, but
call them
what
all
are
war
okay? So what do
criminals.
you?
I hate
let's-
all of them. I
Andy,
hate every president.
Since you like to get serious
I hate
so
every
much.
single president. I
Since
hate
you like
all
to
of
get
them.
since you like to get serious
How can
so
you
much.
hate Drone Strike King? Like, come on,
Who?
Drone Strike
Strike
Yeah.
King? Because I hate drone warfare. I hate Obama. I hate Joe Biden.
You think
I
you would have
hate
liked?
Bill
You
Clinton.
think you would have liked
I
Al
hate Ronald
Gore?
Reagan. I hate Donald Trump a lot. I hate all of them. They're all bad people. And that's the difference between being a fucking left-wing conspiracy theorist and being someone who's not in the know. Thank you.
Impressive.
Yeah. So yeah, what are the primary motivations for doing this? Is it a political diversion away from the Epstein nothing burger, or is it some sort of retributive justice in the eyes of the
I'm gonna go with
right
the
cucks?
first option minus the nothing burger, because I think there is. I hate to use
No,
this term, but there is a there there. There is a there for normies. Normies need this shit shoved in their face, or they won't fucking understand it.
Child
Just
porn?
like they just like they didn't understand Hollywood elite forceful fucking I don't want to say pedophilia, but that was definitely part of it. But the whole idea of give me a blowjob and I'll get you a good role, right? They didn't understand that shit until the Weinstein stuff was released. Everyone else understood that shit for a while. Same thing with Jimmy Savile. So I mean, I think that these normies,
Pizzagate?
they literally no, I'm talking about
What is that?
I don't
Top
think
of
that
the
was
Pops?
Pizzagate. I think that was the UK thing. I might be quoting I might be thinking about the wrong thing.
Yeah, it's
but-
Top of the Pops.
Yeah, I was just saying that I didn't think it was Pizzagate. Was it? I was talking about the UK thing.
Yeah, but that's the show.
You and I are on the
we're-
same
we're-
page. You and I are on the
locked
same
in.
page. I was
We're
talking.
ride or die right
I was
now.
telling Micah. Yeah.
Just I don't know why I was thinking about that. I always wondered why with the Pizzagate thing, like why did they choose Comet Ping Pong, that little
all places.
shitty pizza
Yeah.
place, and like the pizza's terrible. Like I feel like they
Mhm.
should have gone with Pizza Hut because no one out pizzas the Hut.
Have you tried Comet
He
Ping Pong
has.
Pizza? Holy
I have,
crap!
It's fucking terrible. That's why I knew
Oh,
that.
wow.
That's why I knew they had a child sex dungeon because otherwise they wouldn't be in
He has a
business.
shirt and everything. It says
Wow.
I visited this. Yeah.
And yeah, to be fair, Comet Ping Pong was posting weird stuff on Instagram. They had they
The
had a
telltale
photo-
sign. The
No,
telltale
no,
sign
dude,
of guilt.
Dude, listen. They had a photo of an 8-year-old girl,
Yeah.
and one of a 6-year-old girl with her arms, her straight up arms, taped to a table. And it was like,
Was it a
"Ha
ping pong
ha,
table?
We're forcing her to eat pizza." But for anyone who's in the know, it's like, no, this is supposed to represent that you got fucking kids tied up. It's not about fucking pizza. That's just, an illusion, a way to hide what's
It's
going
never about
on.
pizza.
But
So for the chud buds out there, I want to get your opinion on this. If in fact they are by some miracle they're able to indict Obama and put him in jail, did something happen?
yeah, I mean, no, I don't even get. That's a great question because I don't even get what they
Thank
would
you. You're welcome.
indict him because obviously the average person, the establishment
The
doesn't
election
see
fraud.
Obama as a war
The
criminal because
election
they gave
fraud.
him a Nobel Peace Prize.
This is what we're talking about. The
Election
whole
fraud?
that's the
Yeah.
accusation. We were talking about this before the show. Rusty, me and Andy were talking about this before the show.
Yeah, but I thought you and I were talking about 2020 and
No, we were
2024, right?
all of the elections. We agreed
You
at
were
the
talking
beginning of
about
the
2012?
we agreed at the beginning of the discussion that 2016, 2020, and 2024 were all stolen.
Okay, I mean Obama wasn't president in 2016, so what are you
He was the
talking about?
outgoing president,
Yeah, but
meaning
that's not.
hello, Watergate,
You think
hello.
Obama committed election fraud to
Hello?
get Trump in the White House? I don't get your point.
No, to stop him from getting in the White House.
But failed?
Yeah. Whereas in 2020,
And he should be indicted. He should be indicted for trying to stop
So hold on. I'm
Trump
going to
from getting in the
offer.
White House, but failed.
I'm going to offer the centrist perspective here. Who cares, right?
That's my perspective.
So let's think about this for a second, right? The Supreme Court has basically said if it was done in the purview of being an official, right, being the chief executive, then it's
Yes.
fine. So maybe
Yes.
Obama committed a little fucky, but you know what? If it was in
Yes.
his official purview, then it's fine. He doesn't have to go into the bad box.
It is. Rigging elections is a presidential privilege.
Apparently, yeah.
And if you fail at it, then you don't deserve to be in office.
Well, he's not. He's not in office now. So
If you lose the election rigging game, like the game of rigging elections is more qualifying for me to the leader than winning over the popular vote. Because what does winning the vote mean? That you convinced a bunch of retards to put you in power? That's not meaningful. That doesn't command respect. What commands respect is altering the infrastructure to give yourself an unbeatable advantage and cheating in overt ways.
yeah.
And you think Obama is a good representation of that?
I think all of them. I think all of them are.
What
I
do
think
you-
every leader.
what
I
are
think
your-
every leader that's won
Here's the thing.
did a good job.
I know you didn't mention 2012, but there actually is reason to believe that Ron Paul would have had more votes in 2012.
What are you talking about, the primaries? And
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Because I mean, you really, I find it hard to believe that Mitt Romney beat out anyone.
I still vote for Ron Paul every year. Every year.
all right, so do we want to put? We can close out by who. I want you to put your bets down for most unconventional, unsuspected, surprise name to show up in these Epstein files if we ever get them. Who is your Epstein filee?
Shel Silverstein.
Oh God.
I'm gonna have to censor that.
Why would you have to censor that? That's like
That's pretty far even for you, Andy.
Beyond the pale.
that's a dude. That's a
I was gonna
dude's
go with
name.
Cat Williams.
Oh, okay.
That's my pick.
Cat. Well, for most
Rusty,
surprising.
I'm waiting with bated breath for your.
Oh God, this is a hard one. Like if I would have to pick anyone,
It can't be a cartoon character.
No. It would probably be someone like
Oh, I know who you're thinking of. What's that fucking guy's name?
who was the director for
That guy from Malcolm in the
Steven
Middle.
Spielberg? There we go.
Freddie Muniz.
Steven
Yeah.
Spielberg. That's a good choice. Okay, so you both chose Jews.
Who's
That's
Who's
perfect.
that? Who's
That's
that
fucking-
really popular
fucking perfect.
podcaster?
Joe
that's
Rogan?
Like, it's like someone who's been on Joe Rogan's show a lot. He's like, everyone loves him now. Theo Vaughn. That'd be funny as Theo Vaughn.
Yeah, me and that Epstein man, we were getting up to all kinds of.
It's like
all kinds of
back in the day,
shenanigans, man.
We
We-
shared a fence in the backyard.
Oh God.
Just like
He was just
David
tossing
Duke.
toddlers over the fence, every morning. I said, "What are you doing, man?" People are gonna see, but man, that's just life,
It's just life.
Well, thanks for coming on, guys. It was fun to talk about these things, even though Andy decided to get hostile in the middle of it. I think it's because he's still a little resentful about you know
No, I
things that
mean,
have happened on the
I
show,
just
and
didn't. I told you
things that are really not
beforehand.
even my fault. Things that
No, no,
are
no, no. I
I'm
don't
the
care
good
about that.
host.
I told you beforehand.
I'm
If
the
you want to do a
cordial.
bit, let me
I'm
know
the.
beforehand so I can.
Why do you keep talking about? I'm not going to debate this with you again. There are no bits. Stop trying to make like a gotcha moment. Like it's
Is this
cringe,
this is
man.
Project
No,
Veritas?
it's not.
Stop assaulting my
I'm
program.
just saying. I
Show
wish I
some
was
respect.
prepared to. I told you. Let me. If you're gonna do
You
a
want me to
bit,
what do you want
let
me
me
to
be
you want me to
in on
write
it
you want me to write
so
you
I
a
can write.
script? You want me to
Yes,
give
yes, I
give
do.
you lines
I
in
mean,
advance?
I don't
I
need
kind
you
of
to,
do.
but I need you to at least tell me what the bit's gonna be so I can write lines in advance. Because you know we're thinking that we're gonna have a good faith discussion,
Wait,
and then all of a sudden we get this weird forced bit,
wait,
and no one was prepared
hold on,
for
hold
it.
on. Wasn't Right Lines a Grandmaster Flash in the Furious 5 song?
I think so.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
cool.
I don't know. It's just this Andy guy and his obsession with bits. Like this is a news show, and I'm not sure. Like I appreciate you coming on and everything, but this might have to be the last time because you just keep like diverging into these weird like hostile like takeover moments where it's like, oh, you guys are like you're trying to like this feels like a setup, man. Like this feels like like you wanted me to invite you onto the show so that you could
No,
make
no,
an
no, no,
ass
no.
of
That
me.
wasn't it.
And
That was
I
not it at
just
all.
this
That was
is
not it at all.
like quite frankly, I might have to block you on Twitter,
No,
and
I
that's like
understand.
not something that I wanted to do.
I understand. Can I just say one thing in
And
defense?
frankly, the
super quick?
Instagram reels that you send me aren't even that funny.
I know, but I
And
just want to. I'm gonna.
that's the worst part
I
about
already
it.
talked to my
That's
therapist
the
about
worst.
that.
He can change.
Yeah, we're working on it right now. I have an alt account, and anyways, I just want to say super quick. I want everyone to know that Micah and I were, and this is not your fault, Rusty, at all. This is not your fault at all. I just want people to know the circumstance. Micah and I were talking for 2 hours before Rusty got here. That's not
No, it's
Rusty's
my fault.
But I'm just saying Micah
It's pretty
Micah and I
big.
have been sitting at this fucking desk with these headphones on talking for 2 hours. So by the time we started recording
Without the use of amphetamines.
we were without any drugs, any alcohol, only one cigarette break. So by the time we actually started recording, we were already getting kind of violent. and I apologize.
So is this
but-
just a low blood sugar moment?
and it's not your fault, Rusty. It's not
This
your
is
fault
what-
at all.
A low
I'm
blood
just
sugar
saying
moment?
Is this what,
circumstantial.
Rusty? I think every time he comes on the show is a
No,
trigger
low
moment.
blood sugar moment.
It's usually so violent that they don't air it. And
But anyways,
I apologize, but you know, it is
Rusty,
what it
is there anything else you'd like to say before we close out the show? Once again, thank you for coming on. Your voice is lovely, and we're all happy.
I'm just
to
gonna
hear
go back to selling my shitters online.
it. Okay, fine. That works for me. Andy, any closing statements that aren't obnoxious?
I was gonna say yes, but with that qualifier, no. Unfortunately.
You want to plug your shit?
Oh yeah, of course, always. Tides of Technocracy. We got a bunch of new lyric videos on YouTube. First concept album about surveillance capitalism. It's extreme metal, but melodic, super original black metal, thrash metal mixed with death metal. Everything. It's fucking awesome. I am naturally an unlikable person. So I apologize for that, but I really am trying to be more likable.
No, we
And I
appreciate that.
I
We're gonna be
apologize,
with you. We're gonna be hand in hand with you the whole way through that
Like
journey.
chlamydia.
Me
Thank
and
you.
Orion, we're going to we're gonna raise you. We're gonna raise you right. We're gonna make sure you
And-
get all the proper nutrition, all this
Thank
proper
you.
centrist propaganda. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much, and we will see you next time.
Yeah, I'm old as a boomer. My mind set on Zoomer. Everything cooler, long as I'm not Laura Loomer. If you think I'm not number one, I done spelled that rumor. Hit that victory royale on some motherfucking coochie. Default dance on a bitch. Hit the default dance on a bitch. Floss dance while I'm flossing in the whip. Victory royale when that chopper hit. Self-incrimination, I have no participation. News keep asking, I don't say shit. You can't have my conversation.
On second thought, I think I might delete this episode.
I honestly